Hello, all. I'm Anna, and I'm back with some more of Teddy's Haven. So, the previous video that I did, I feel kind of ignorant because clearly I didn't play that much of the game. It was new to me, and I didn't know a lot of the mechanics and what all is to be done in the game. But that's how you learn, right? So, I would say in the last 24 to 48 hours, I've learned a lot. I watched a few YouTube videos. I read some articles. I read some developer notes. And I've been playing. So between the last video and this video, I've progressed significantly in the game. And that's what I'm here to show you. So for those of you that are watching that have already played this game and know all the secrets, bear with me. For those of you who are new to the game, then I'll be pointing out a few things to pay attention to when you're playing your own game. This actually is a cute game. I know I made some comments in my previous video, and I still kind of hold true to some of those comments. Like, I think the music is a little mundane. It needs a little more variety. This is a new game to early access on Steam, so there is a lot more to be done from the developer side. But overall, for a new game that's been out almost a year in early access, not bad. I've seen a lot of updates and patches. I'm going to farm a little bit while I'm talking here before we go into the store. So the developer is consistently working on the game. It's a single developer game. So again, very impressive for a one-man team. And if you don't already know, the concept behind this game is simulation. But there's exploring, there's farming, there's, things that you have to do, crafting. I'm going to say that the game definitely has promise. I'm hooked on it for the moment. But I do see some things that need updating and worked on, and I'm sure the developer is aware of it. I haven't been alpha or beta testing this game at all. I'm just a purchasing player. Normally in the games that I alpha and beta test, there's a lot of notes and a lot of feedback and communications. But this time I'm just kind of doing my own thing all on my own. So I'm going to kind of explain a little bit of what I've learned, back it up with showing some information, and see what happens. I've kind of settled into a routine, and I think that's what you have to do in order to stay on top of things in this game. You really have to develop a process. Normally when the game day starts, you're going to start inside your house, and that's this right here. And this is where you sleep to end the game day and start the next game day. You can decorate your house. I haven't done a whole lot of decorating in here. The picture came with it, but I put the crystal and it glows at night, and the plant in here. I mean, I'll get to it eventually, but I don't spend any time in here other than sleeping, so it's kind of like a last resort. Plus, I tried painting the walls and modifying it a little bit, and you can't. So I don't think this house is meant to be added on to other than just some simple decorations. The core of what you're doing in the game is outside the house. And in my previous video, we didn't know what this portal was, but this is where your customers come from. I don't know where they're coming from, but they walk out of this portal once you start the shopping process inside your shop. I did have a cashier in my last video, and I decided to move him out here, and I purchased a second one. It's called Rock. That's what it is in the file. And I also put some produce marketing out here, and I'll explain why. One of the videos that I watched talked about it's not about the item and how you price it, although that does play a part in it. It's about the amount of customers that you get and how frequently they are able to come through this portal, do their business, and get back out through the portal. And one of the videos that I watched, the person narrating it talked about as soon as somebody makes a purchase and can step through this portal, another one will walk through. So she displayed a few items that are frequently purchased by the customers right by the portal and having the cashier right by the portal. So if you have some customers that are only going to come for some berries and a tomato and an apple and that's all they want, then they can just grab it, check out, walk through the portal, and then as soon as they do, another one walks through. And I tested this, and it was pretty spot on. Whereas the amount of time and distance it takes for them to walk into the shop, get a tomato and a few berries, pay for it, and then make the journey back through the portal, it made sense to throw some frequent single or just a few item things that a customer or two may want. Not all the customers do this, but there are a few, including some of the animals. Like I've seen some, I want to say it's geese maybe, or goats, or even some giraffes. They'll get some produce and then they'll check out. And then, like I said, a few of the other customers do as well. So that's why I put the cashier here and a few marketing items like produce. And as far as the second cashier, it's to speed up the process and allow more people to be able to check out and go through. So that is the method behind my madness here. It doesn't look very aesthetic and appealing as far as a store goes. Once I get to the point where I can unlock the ability to add walls and roofs and other decor items, I may make this look like an outdoor market, moving these and displaying them differently as well as the cashiers. I don't know yet, I haven't gotten that far. But that's the concept for why I did this. Another reason for adding the second cashier is in my previous video, playing the game new to the game, I was standing next to the register inside my shop, checking customers out as they walked up to the counter with their items, which you are supposed to do. But if you're going to buy a cashier to do the job for you, I learned while inside the store not to open the cash register up. Once I kept this part closed inside the store, then all of the customers came to the cashier. So that eliminated my needing to be behind the counter checking out customers, and instead I could be out farming for materials so that my inventory could stay stocked. So that was a huge perk and a benefit for adding the cashier. The second cashier is just to get the customers to check out quicker so they don't have to wait in line at one single cashier. But again, it doesn't look that great. but for now, it's making me money. And that's what I need. I need money to spend to improve and expand my store and the processes. So that's the method behind that. Another thing I noticed in the game, as I progressed and things unlocked, there were some items that I could purchase. I love that the developer did this. One of the ideas behind this game is a dedication to the developer's dog, which was a Pomeranian named Teddy Bear. And that Pomeranian teddy bear went over the Rainbow Bridge. He called the dog his best friend. So this game is dedicated to Teddy Bear. When we go inside the store, I'll show you a little picture of him that the developer put in the counter area. But what the developer did was allowed us to have these furnishings, these tombstones, and to be able to personalize them. So I got 3 of them, and I named one Viper, one Luna, and one Lucy. Those are my 3 animals that passed away within, I'd say, the last decade. Most recently, Luna, 3 years ago. So I think this is kind of neat. Cats are something that you can find along the way in the game, and you can pet them. You can also, by hitting X, make them stay in one spot, or you can have them follow you. I did have them following me around for a while, but then I just felt like, an old cat lady with all these cats. So I decided to have them stay in the vicinity around the memorial, my animals. And at nighttime, these green crystals glow. Eventually, I'll add more decor here and make this look more appealing. So that's kind of like a neat concept from the developer's angle, with incorporating that into the game so each player can create their own memorial to their loved pet that is now deceased and moved on to another realm. Another thing that I did is I added a little bit of decor outside. I bought a expansion furnishing upgrade, and it gave me some pumpkins. This is a farming notification. I've already read through it, but basically when you are eligible for farming to be able to grow your own produce, this little bubble shows up and it gives you information so that you can learn how to do your own farming. And this is to save your progress. You walk up to it, hit the X, and your progress is saved. I don't do that too often because the game seems really stable, but I don't know if it auto updates as far as saving your progress. So I would say maybe halfway through the game day, and then in the evening before I retire to the bed to start the next game day is when I'm striking that to save my progress. As far as the farming is concerned, you have to buy plots and you have to place them somewhere, anywhere. And then you have to buy seeds and then you have to grow them. You also have to buy a magic water wand, which that's what this is. And then periodically, like once a day, you have to water your plants. And by doing that, it creates a little cloud, and then it steadily waters your plants. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty certain this is once per day. You can also expand your shop over time, but it does take quite a bit of money. So you have to be making a lot of money to make your shop bigger. If you did watch the previous video, again, I'm sorry for how cheesy that one might look. This one may look cheesy too. I don't know. But you'll see from the previous video to this one, this shop has grown in size. So we'll just walk inside. And I did add some decorations to it. You can't change the color of the paint of the house. And you can't take these flags down. And you can't take Teddy's Haven down. But you can add some vines, some potted plants. And I even added my own sign. So in the previous video, my shop was only right here this big, from where that gray wall is where you see my white dot, and then straight across, window to window. So in the last 24 to 48 hours, I've expanded twice. I opened up this section and then opened up this section. I don't know what the next section will be for me to open, but I'm thinking it might be behind this wall here. Also, in the previous video, I had some very small storage. I didn't have a whole lot of materials at all. So in the process of learning this game since that previous video, I've gathered more materials. I've built better shelving. I've even acquired new produce, grown some, bought some, upgraded, and including the shelving. And then this right here is a terrarium. You can actually grow seeds inside them, and you can pick this up and put this anywhere in your building. It doesn't, or outside. It doesn't have to be inside. I'm thinking from a look standpoint, it's gonna look better as part of the decor on the inside, at least in my opinion. The other thing I've learned how to do is make honey, cheese, and different jams from the berries I've collected. I've purchased more weapons. Not the best display for a store, but I'm getting there. Once I am able to make divider walls, I want to run a divider wall to separate this, and maybe even if I don't even know what the options are for building, but if there's a door opening without a door that you can pass through, make like separate rooms that are themed for each particular item or category. But for right now, this is just stuff I've purchased that I'm making money on. I did buy some pictures. I've rearranged some lighting. And again, this is just where I'm at this point in the game. These are toys, by the way. And if we get through a couple of game days in this video, I'll show you where I'm finding these. They're kind of expensive and the customers aren't buying them. I'll go over pricing in a little bit because I learned some stuff about that as well. But I was kind of hoping they would all sell so I could make a good chunk of change for more upgrading. But, you know, I've got to be patient. These are toys, and that's another theme that I've found in this game. It's not just about the crystals and the ore and the materials you get from the animals that you're harvesting from, but there's toys in this game. I don't know how it all ties together yet, but I bought them an expansion to include them, and so here they are. We'll see if they sell. These are scales that come off dinosaurs, and this is ore. You can also refine the ore into ingots. These are shards. You can turn the shards into gems, potions, and I'll get to this section in a minute. This is a cheese maker. You put milk in it. This right here is for changing shards into gems. That's for making jam. That's for making ingots out of the ore. And that is for making honey. It's bees. And why are they all here? Because I don't have enough room yet to put them somewhere and make them look pleasing. So since it's just crafting, and I don't know where I'm heading yet in the game as far as being able to integrate these into the shop, they're just behind the counter for now. I did learn that you should click on this every day. If you look up here in the level in the upper corner, you'll see the 261.35. That is the money. And if you keep clicking this yellow block every day, you get free money. This is where you buy things. This is where you store things. This is the book of almost everything, where you can, we'll talk about the summoner's tribute, but that's rent. And then you have to pay your employees every day. And since I have 2 cashiers and 2 merchandise stockers, not stalkers, stalkers. And then I also took out a loan. So I have to pay something every day. And I have to pay the employees. This is where you can upgrade. So I already have the Alchemist Agreement 1. If I want part 2, it will give me 5 additional items. I haven't really gone bananas with this because of space. You know, in the store, you only have so much space until you increase your size of the store. And so it doesn't make sense to unlock all this extra stuff and have no place to put it. So in due time. And plus it's costly. You see the pricing here. It starts out kind of low at first, like 200, 250, and so on. And there's a few areas that I haven't purchased yet that are cheaper, but you can see that the pricing is starting to increase. So you have to be making money in order to spend it. And as far as expansion goes, it started out small potatoes, but now we're looking at 1,400, and I'm only making like 1,800 a day. So I'm not in a hurry to expand just yet, which also means I'm not in a hurry to add all this extra new stuff. And then there's where you can hire your employees. It looks like there's 4 for stocking and 4 for cashier. I only have 2 of each right now. So that's that. This, I haven't figured out what that does yet. You can click it, but I don't know what it does. This is the developer's update notes. So this is where the developer is putting all the information about the recent update and what all those updates entail. And I still haven't figured out what this is for, but I just click it every once in a while. These spires right here, or crystal spires that you see, these are the stalkers. So once you plant them in your store, you will be able to automatically stock your shelves. You do have to put something here, or it has to be defined. For example, this is maple tuff. I don't have any more maple tuff, so that is why the stalker wasn't able to fill that shelf up. I don't even remember where I got it. And you can see I don't have a whole lot of this one and this one. I have more on the top shelf. So I may go ahead and take the top shelf, bring it down to the bottom, and I need to figure out where I got these from. I think this is the blue fox over across the water, and I think this is the red fox, but I don't know for sure. And these are all the different wools that come off the sheep and the rabbits. Let's see here, what else? Oh yeah, so this is something I learned. there's this little green dot. So when you wake up in the morning, it's not every day, but it's kind of random. If there is logic behind it, I don't know what it is, but up there might be a red dragon, and then straight ahead over here by the chickens might be a tree guy, and over here might be a large rock dude, and across the way might be a black dragon, and out in the world might be a large turtle, but they're really huge. You can't miss them, and they show up when the day starts. And you walk up to them, you talk to them, and you get a story, and you get a buff. It's usually an increase in profits, but some of them are multipliers for different things like mining, foraging, plants, things like that. So when you actually talk to them, and I've already talked to one, the little colored dots will appear on the wall to show you that they're active. So I went and talked to this person, and I got 25% for the day, and it's only for the day. So earlier when I mentioned you have to have a process, figure out a plan or how you're going to start your day and end it and everything in between, you really need to go talk to these things, whatever they're called, first, so you can get the buffs. And then once you've talked to them all, then come here and start your candle. And then that will allow you the ability to earn those buffs while your customers are coming and your cashiers are handling them, while you're out mining and gathering and exploring and gathering more materials. Let's see what else is in here. This aquarium is supposed to be for decoration, but it's also supposed to kind of give you an idea when the developer adds fishing to the game. This is supposed to give you a kind of clue of what kind of fish to expect. There is a larger aquarium, but it's kind of expensive and it's big. So until I have a better place to put it. But for decoration's sake, I bought the little one. And what else is there? So apparently at some point when you are good enough and have the money enough to be able to afford these, let's see here. Transportation? No. Magical. Okay, Glow Harvest Spire. So when you're able to afford this, you place this somewhere out in the world, and within a specific radius, with this in the center, it will automatically gather items and store them for you. And then that way you don't have to go out and mine the rocks and get the weeds and skin the animals and so on. It automatically gathers that stuff for you and puts it in this bag. And to activate that spire, you would push this button. And that automatically gathers all those materials and adds them to your bag. And earlier I talked about Teddy's Haven, Teddy Bear, the little dog that this game is dedicated to. Right there, a little Pomeranian named Teddy Bear. I just thought it was cute how the developer put that in there. And if you notice, the cash register is not open. That means I'm not available to check people out. And I ended up using this space to display materials where normally customers would stand here to check out. Now that I have 2 cashiers, there's no need for me to be here. And here's the candle that starts the process. So we'll do that. Once the flame is lit, music changes, sounds like standard Sims game music. And if you look at the portal, here come the customers. And some of them are actually going over to the marketing bins and gathering things. And some are going inside the store and gathering them. But these are the people or the purchasers. And then once they gather all the things that they want to purchase, they will come here and check out. So while they're doing all of that, and like I said, some are going in the store to look at and gather. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to harvest a little bit. Every morning, once I open up the store and go talk to, I don't know what they're called, but the things that give you the buffs, I come over here and I hit my chickens, get their eggs and such. And then I do go up there and I make an offering and get a gift in return, but I do that at the end before the evening's over. But for now, as long as I got the light, I'm going to forage and get materials. So I'm going to get the milk, and I went and got the duck eggs or the chicken eggs earlier. I have over, if you'll look, I have over 1,000 of these. There's really no need for me to get more. And something else I learned from my research, a season, there are 4 seasons in a year. A season is 11 game days. So each time you go to bed and wake up, that's a new game day. And the 11 game days, the seasons change. So we're in summer right now. These spires right here, you can actually travel back to your base if you see them out in the world. And as far as the large things that give you the buffs every morning, and they're not guaranteed, they just show up for whatever reason. I think it's game progression. I think it's as you progress in the game and level up, they show up and reward you. There's ducks down there. I've already collected those duck eggs. But this is what I'm talking about. These things right here. Like this guy, I came and saw him this morning. That's why the green light was glowing on the wall. And he gave me 10% profit increase. And so when you see these in the morning when the game day starts, you need to talk to him. And right now he's not talking because I've already talked to him. And then there was some crystal shards around here. And then behind, just totally random, behind this turtle's butt is a computer sitting on the ground. Like totally out of character for the game. But when I clicked on it, it gave me the little RAM toys, 1 per day, that you saw in the store that were $79. So that's how I got those toys. And then the slime by the front counter I purchased. And then again, it has a portal to take you back to your home area. But I'm not going to go home. The customers are being taken care of. The store is being stocked. And so I'm just going to run around a little bit and gather some more materials. I also learned you can fly in this game, and it's quite nice. You have to have a little bit of height or something to jump off of in order to fly. You can jump on the land. But if you watched my other video, I mentioned that I had really bad motion sickness with this game. So in order to try and combat that, in my research, YouTube videos, article reading, I learned that there was a few things that I could do to minimize that. it didn't work 100%. I'm still having nausea, and last night it was really bad. I ended up with sweats, felt like I had to vomit. So, it helps some, but I have to take breaks from the game because it didn't, the setting adjustments that I made didn't get rid of the motion sickness completely. And what I did was, when you hit the right menu on your controller and then click options. And so what I did was I reduced the horizontal and vertical sensitivity almost to nothing. And I got rid of lightning flashes. As far as the video is concerned, I changed it to windowed. So you can't see it, but I can see the frame around the screen and I can see my desktop. That it's kind of like a trick of the eye. As far as the resolution goes, I did change this to my standard resolution, but I think that's what happened when I changed my FOV to try and reduce some of the motion sickness. I think it ended up changing that resolution back. I don't know. I have to play with that more because I did apply this and save it down below. So I don't know why it reversed. I think when I log back into the game tomorrow or whenever, I'm going to check and see if that stayed or automatically changed. Some people are reporting that turning off VSync helps. I don't see a difference, so I'm not going to mess with it. And I don't have a frame rate problem in this game. If you see any pixelated areas in the game, that has nothing to do with my frame rate. My frame rate's running about 113 in this game. So anything pixelated or any kind of broken graphics, that's from the developer side. And these are just the rest of my settings here. So I'm not really seeing much of a motion sickness change. It's mild as far as improvement is concerned. So, but we'll hit apply and go back. And then you just hit resume. Also, I should mention, you can teleport to home from the main menu. You don't have to see one of those magic spires to go home. And that's kind of nice. I did learn that you can't swim in the water. You just glide over the top of it. And there are some quests. I'll show you one of them. Not a whole lot of questing. It's more rinse and repeat and developing and growing and decorating your store and stocking it, making sure you have the right materials, pricing, increasing your customer base. That's really what the gist of the game is mostly about. But here is a quest. There's a few of these out in the world at random. And you walk up and you read it. Well, I can't read it right now because I already did it. And I gave the materials. They wanted some blue stone or shards to put in the water so that the water looks blue. And it said by morning it would be done. But I do come over here for these trees. They're called royal peaches. There's not a whole lot of these trees other than around the castle area, and I've already harvested them. You'll see them in the store. But I do hit those trees for the royal peaches. Customers seem to like them. I don't know what this statue is for. I've climbed up to the top and tried to interact with it, but nothing. It might just be decoration. It kind of seems to jive with the story that I'm getting from various different locations in the game, and I'm hoping the castle opens out. But this blue fox, when you click on it, I think it's what's giving that textile that I ran out of in the store. I've already run through here before I started the game, or I'm sorry, before I started the video. So there's really not much to harvest from these animals and things. I'm gonna cross over to this other island and we can collect all from that. I think I can collect from these sheep. Yeah, there we go. When I went around looking for the big, large, giant things that give you the buffs, while I was in the vicinity looking where I've seen them arrive and linger, I harvested and collected stuff in those areas. So these alligators, if you get too close, they kind of push you back. But they do give you materials, scales. And it seems like the general theme from all the living things that you're collecting from, as far as animals and reptiles, there seems to be one parent and a few babies. Right now I'm flying, and now I'm on the ground, I'm jumping. Once I get up to higher ground, I'll fly again. I already have too many of these. Since the season's gonna change at the end of the 11th day, I'm kind of trying to get like 1,000. Here's another one of those. There's only one of these in the game, so I'm not getting a whole lot of textile from it. That's probably the red one that was on the shelf that I'm about to run out of as well. But yeah, I'm trying to collect as much materials as I can, because when the season changes, here's one of these peach trees. And if you look at, you can't see it on that one. There you go. They're called royal peaches and they have little crowns on them. They're cute. But there's a few of these trees around, but they're not like the rest of the trees. I guess when the season changes from summer to fall, it's going to give me all new materials. The crystals and the ore will stay the same, but the plants and some other things won't. So I don't want to run out. With 11 game days per season, 4 seasons in a year, that's pretty much basically 44 game days. That means going to sleep and waking up 44 times before you get back to what's now summer. So if I can get a lot of materials and hoard them, I'll always have enough to keep in my store until a year passes within the game where I can revisit these same materials and collect them. But what I'm just doing is running around quickly, just harvesting. And I'm liking the berries because the berries not only sell as berries, but I can make jam with them. And they take a whole crate of berries to make a bunch of jars of jam. So if I can sell the berries and the jam, that's like extra money. And we'll hit these sheep and then we'll cross the water. All right. I haven't really done any mining since I started this video because I've done a lot of mining already and I have quite a bit. I'm kind of waiting for one of those large buffs to show up so that I can get like 3 times the amount when I mine and harvest them. Tiger melon. I don't have too many of these, so let me grab as many as I can. All right, and get some more sheep. And we're close to home now. What's this? More tiger melon. Also, right here is another quest. They want materials and then a full game day cycle for them to develop it. This is supposed to be some kind of statue, but it was completely empty. It was rock and dirt when I started. So I don't remember the exact numbers, but maybe 50 pebbles or rocks, and then certain types of shards converted into, oh, that's what that means. Yeah, so I have to convert shards into gems, and that last step was ore into ingots. So I'm not seeing any more shoppers, so I'm thinking since the stars are out and the moon that shopping is over. So let me go ahead and hit this. Let's go in, and so we have less on that shelf, none on that. So I may just put something else on that bottom shelf. So I didn't talk about this earlier. I said I would come back to it. In my previous video, you may have seen me chucking empty crates out the window because I didn't know what we were supposed to do with it. I've since learned you're supposed to put the empty crates here. This is the trash hopper, I guess. And then this is new. So at a certain point in the game, once leveled up, this little guy appears in the bed with a letter out on the front steps. And I won't spoil it for anyone that hasn't played the game, but basically you have to do what the letter says. And then once you do, you get 50% increase in XP and in profits. So, and you have to take care of them constantly. So, for example, you have to come in here and show them some love. And then if you look at skills, the top row right there, Teddy's Love, we're on level 12. So you're supposed to keep loving on him once he's been given to you. And this skills menu is pretty much basically it. I tried changing the pages and it doesn't work. So whatever you see here is, these are your skills, at least for now. I do see a sidebar here, so it looks like thread weaving. I have to buy the tool for that. And I have to buy the brewer for the Buzzy Brewing. So I haven't bought those yet. They're kind of expensive. So get there. And let's see, we made the most money we've made today, or I've made, was today during this video. If you look in the upper corner of my screen, it says 2,237 and 73 cents. And I sold one toy, one RAM. And even though I have stalkers, the stalkers are reliant on me making sure there's enough items for them to stalk. So it looks like I need to buy some bows, some gauntlets, some swords. And this is all crafted. I made the jams. And produce, okay. Well, that shelf was empty. So it looks good. All right. So let's go buy some weapons. Well, first, let's pay some bills. Let's pay the employees. And let's make a loan payment. So this is my loan. I just borrowed $1,000, and I have to make payments. I could pay off the whole loan right now. I have over $2,000, or I did have $2,000. Now I have $1,600. But I want to wait. I want to make another payment on the next game day, and then I'll pay it off. I'm not going after this loan at all. Look at the daily interest and the payment. I mean, you're borrowing 22, you're paying back 24, and that's pretty standard with a loan. Obviously, it's more the higher you go. But I'm not really a loan person. I like to, if I don't have the money, I don't spend it, period. I'm not going to upgrade anything at this time. So we'll just get out of here now that the bills are paid. So it leaves me with $1,600, and I need to get some more weapons. So you can see what your current stock is. So I did say I needed swords. So I'm just going to buy another group. Same thing on the axes and the bows. I like to have like at least 10 of everything, if not more. So I have the money. I'm just going to get the stuff so I don't have to stress over it during the next cycle. Now, there is, I think I'm eligible to have this stuff automatically added to my bag when I purchase it. But unfortunately, when I bought it, it's stacked. So I'm just going to grab the stuff and put it in my bag so that the stalkers can automatically put this stuff out as needed. And if it's not needed, they will fill the shelves up as the customers purchase. But let's test that out. I want to think it was level 10, store level 10, and I'm store level 11. I want to think at 10, if I purchased something, it automatically went to my bag. So let's test this out. Let's go to produce. Looks like we have plenty of produce. And these are shelf items, things that go on your shelf. So it looks like we sold some of the red toys, the slime. And we're kind of getting low on potions. So let's go and buy those. They do, the potions in the books sell a lot. And I think I'm just gonna go up on these two. All right, so that's shelf. This was weapons. Produce I don't need any of. I'm growing this, that's why I'm not buying it. And then from a display standpoint, I don't need anything else. There's that large aquarium that I was talking about that I would love to have, but don't have the room for. Decorations wise, this is growing. I purchased plants and pictures. So I'm slowly getting there on the decorating. From a crafting standpoint, I've just been kind of going with the flow a little bit at a time. So what I want to do is I have all of this in one of these. I want to buy this, which makes thread. And I don't know what this aether is yet. I do have a lot of stones, so this would create random ore. This is the Buzzy Brewing Converter. Takes honey and fruit and makes a brew. I bet the customers would love that. This is for watering your plants. This is to grow plants, gardening plots, seeds. So I'm thinking, since I already have those, I'm thinking of getting the brewer. Why not? All right, $500. Transportation I don't need. I would love to have this. A few more game days of profits and not spending it. I may go ahead and bite the bullet and get that. And these are all your paint colors, which I don't need right now. So I'm gonna go sleep with $538. So we're now at the point, at least I am, where I'm starting to make money, make profit. In business, you have to spend money to make money. But if you're not turning a profit, it's not a business. You know, you get, IRS says 3 years. If you're not making any money, it's a hobby. So now I did buy all that stuff and it didn't stack here like it normally does. So that means level 10 with that arcane item checked, but it should be in the bag. So let's see, would it be under furnishings? Yes, there it is. And the brewer. All right. And see, when I clicked it, it fell down there. So that's cool. All right. And I'm just going to put those crafters here because I don't have a big enough space to make a dedicated crafting area. That's the Buzzy Brewer, right? And that's the thread maker. Yeah. Yeah, not where I want these to be permanently, but for now, until I get an expanded space, this is where they'll be. So I have to grab a wall probably to feed the threader. And 92.58. I'm looking for one that I have the most of. These are the ingots that you can make the ore. I have 179 on the whisper wool and 153 of the white. So let's use white. Nah, let's use tan. And we'll go to the threader and you just feed it. And now demonstrating how to get rid of the empty crate instead of throwing it out the window. You just pop it right there. And since you're doing that, give Teddy some love. And this was fruit and honey for the brewer. So, what kind of fruit do we want? Something I have a lot of, like the soul grape. And for the honey, there's honey. Okay. Let's see how this works. All right. Trash the cart. There it goes. We're making fuzzy brew. Give Teddy some love. So we also need to load all the other crafters, because when we end the day by going to bed, these machines work overnight. And we need some kind of crystal to make gems. Let's use the green. I have the most of that. We also need some fruit to make jam. And it looks like I don't have any velvet jam. And then the honey is automatic. And then the ore makes ingots. And it looks like I don't have ingots for this one. All right. Grab the ingots, feed it to the dragon. Trash the tray. And this is for jam. So if it looks like my mouse or my camera is moving a little slower, that's that to help reduce the motion sickness that I'm getting from the game. All right, there's a little gem thing. And the milk for the cheese. So when I go click the bed over in the other house to go to sleep and restart the game day, all of these crackers will be done and all the product will be sitting in my bag. All right, Teddy's not love. And that new jam I'll probably put up there. And before we call it a game day, before we end the game day and start a new one, I'm gonna end the video right before I hit the bed. We're getting storms, tornado warnings, thunder and lightning, and my dogs lose their shit, literally. during storms. So no sense in putting y'all through that and me having excess editing. But let me just show you on the pricing. And this is not for people that already know, this is for those new to the game. What I learned from my reading and watching is that you have different ways to price your items. You can actually, do your own, type your own price, or you can choose the market price. If you choose your own price, let's say we make this $5 and hit confirm, it's going to turn red. And if you used, let's say, the purchase cost and confirm it, it turns green. And if you choose the market price, it turns white. So what I was able to learn, green means you'll sell more of it because it's cheaper. Red probably won't sell at all because it's too expensive. And market price is 50-50. Like they either buy it or they don't. What I've learned from that process is I just made everything market price. Everything is market price. When I get to that stage in the game where I have thousands of materials and have literally no purpose for them, like I've made all the jams, I've made all the ingots, I've made all the thread, I've made all the beer, and so on, and I still have thousands, then I'll probably come over here and change the pricing to the purchase cost or put in my own price and reduce it to help it move quicker to clear it out of my inventory. But right now in the beginning of the game for me, I'm not confident in doing that right now. I don't know what I'm going to need and for what and how often. So I'm holding on to everything tightly. But once I have too much, that's when I'll reduce prices to make it cheaper. And apparently, you'll make more money by moving the product quicker, obviously. Sitting on the shelf collecting dust makes no money. But I'm kind of afraid to go and waste all my materials for quick cash. And then the next thing you know, I might get asked to do something and need so much of something, and I just wasted all of it. And I'm not really quite familiar terrain-wise where everything's located. Like I know where the sheep and the cows are, and I know where green crystals are, but everything else is, and I know where the apples are. Everything else is kind of like up in the air for me. So I'm gonna hold on to those mats a little longer to make sure that I have enough to spare. And then I'll experiment with lowering the prices to move that extra volume out quicker. I would imagine the more you hold on to and hoard materials, it would bog your system down or bog the game down anyway. That's kind of standard. Like an Enshrouded, I have a whole Costco built with, I think there's 400 chests, and I have displays of all materials and things. And we're talking about Glitch Central. And when a developer makes a game with unlimited materials, unlimited storage with no cap, that's the price that you pay. Lower FPS and glitchy graphics. If you look at a game like ESO Online, they cap their building. I think it's 700 items per house for the large houses. and you can't go over that. If you did, the game would literally be impossible to play if you were into housing and put 5,000 decorations in your house. You wouldn't be able to play the game or move around that house. So I haven't figured out yet how this is all working behind the scenes with unlimited storage. I haven't discovered a cap in my bag as far as, 2,000 items, and I've got 2,500, but I can only put 2,000 in, and the other 500 I can't. So I don't know how that works yet. But once I get an excess that I have to get rid of, that's when I'll come in here and change prices. You can move, even if the store came with like lamps and things, you can move them. They don't have to be where the developer had them when you first launched the game. So you can move items around. And obviously, of course, the new items that you buy, you can place them wherever. The placement's a little wonky. I haven't really gotten into the building yet as far as fine-tuning and making it all look perfect. For example, if I pick up this light and I want to center it on that beam, it's automatically shifting to the right or to the left. It's not going in the center where I think it should be. I can put it in the center of the wall, but then I lose half the lamp. So for right now, so I'm just saying screw it and just putting it there. There's going to come a point, I'm sure, where I've got all this dialed in and it automatically runs itself, because what I've been seeing that's out there for more experienced players in this game, I mean, they're building tree houses and stuff. So from what I've been able to see, there's going to come a point in time at a higher level where I will be able to get more into the decorating and the building aspect of the game. And I hope that there are more refined grid system with being able to adjust. I don't know if I covered this in my other video, but I'll cover it again here. This is a bear family, and they lost their cubbies. This is their tombstones, and these are the little ghosts. Sometimes you find the bears in other places around the map. Oh, by the way, that pink thing that's flickering over there, that's a pink unicorn. And he shows up on your property and gives you presents sometimes. But anyway, this is a memorial. And if you come up here and give this altar an offering, you will get a reward or a gift. So I'm going to, and there is some kind of menu online as far as what item gives what item. I saw it, but I didn't really want to go into it too much. So there's a lot of items here. And then what each one gives, it's a lot of crap to remember. So for now, I'm just giving it whatever I have a lot of. Like I'm going to give it a velvet berry. And later on, when I become more bored with the game because there's nothing left to do with it, then maybe I'll go into the data memory aspect of what item gives what gift. But for now, we're just going to give some berries, and this crate popped down. So I'm going to grab it, and it looks like it's a green shard again. So I can't pick up both of these. So what I'm going to do is leave those berries there. One neat thing about the game, whatever you leave on the ground while you're sleeping will automatically go back to your bag. I'm going to take this green shard. I'm going to fly down here. I've been getting nothing but green shards, and I'm running out of places to put them. Until I come up with a better idea on how to decorate with green shards, I'm just putting them on the corners of the steps of the portal for now. I'll eventually have 6 or 8 of these here. And if I keep getting them, I'll go the back way too. But anyway, so, well, this is video 2 of Teddy's Haven. And I'm going to retire for the evening. So that means I'm going to put this game to bed. And I'll come back and do another one of Teddy's Haven as I progress a little further. Try to keep the video a little shorter. And hopefully this video was helpful to anyone just starting out on the game. And if you like the video, please like it. If you have any comments or suggestions, keep it constructive. I'm more than open to constructive criticism if it's presented right, but would love to hear your feedback. So until next time, have a great evening, and I will talk to y'all again soon. Night all.